What would you do if you walked into your own kitchen at 2:17 a.m., the fridge light glowing like a confession, and realized the meals your wife had been cooking weren't meant for you? I stood there barefoot on the cold tile, staring at two neatly packed lunch containers labeled in her handwriting, A and M, while my name had disappeared from her world without a word. And that's when I heard her phone buzz on the counter behind me, lighting up with a message that changed everything. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. The message read, "Can't wait to taste you again tomorrow. Same hotel." I didn't breathe. Not for a full 5 seconds. Her phone vibrated again. Another message. "Don't forget to bring dinner. Loved what you made tonight." Dinner. That's when it hit me. She wasn't cooking for us anymore. She was cooking for him. My wife, Emily, had been buying groceries for two and feeding another man. We lived in a quiet neighborhood just off Melrose Avenue in Los Angeles. The kind of place where neighbors waved but never really knew each other. Our house wasn't huge, but it was ours. Or at least, I thought it was. I didn't confront her that night. I couldn't. My chest felt like it was collapsing inward, like every breath had to fight its way out. Instead, I took pictures of the messages. Every single one. Then I put her phone back exactly where it was and went upstairs. She came home around 3:10 a.m. I pretended to be asleep. I listened as she quietly slipped into bed beside me, smelling like perfume that wasn't hers. The next morning, she kissed me on the cheek like nothing had happened. "Morning," she said, smiling. I looked at her, really looked at her. And for the first time in 10 years, I didn't recognize my own wife. "Morning," I replied. That day, I left work early. I drove to a grocery store on Sunset Boulevard, the one she always used. I waited in the parking lot. At 4:42 p.m., she pulled in. I watched her through the windshield as she filled her cart. 2 steaks, a bottle of red wine, fresh herbs, dessert, date night groceries. But not with me. I followed her. Not home. To a hotel. The Sunset Grand Hotel on La Cienega Boulevard. She walked in like she'd done it 100 times. Because she had. I sat in my car, hands gripping the wheel so tight my knuckles turned white. I wanted to run in there, drag her out, expose everything. But I didn't. Because something inside me had already shifted. I wasn't going to explode. I was going to destroy. Slowly. Carefully. Completely. The next few weeks were torture. She grew colder. Distant. Irritated by everything I did. "You're always around," she snapped one night. I almost laughed. This was my house. But somehow, I had become the intruder. I kept digging. Receipts from the hotel. Hidden in her purse. A second phone. Found in her car's glove compartment. Photos. Messages. Videos. Enough to bury her. And him. His name was Marcus. Married. 2 kids. Worked in finance downtown. Perfect. I hired a private investigator. Cost me more than I wanted to spend, but it was worth every dollar. Within days, I had everything. Hotel footage. Timestamps. Confirmation of their meetings. Even better? His wife didn't know. Not yet. I started setting the stage. First, I contacted a lawyer. Quietly. Filed for divorce. Prepared everything. Asset division. Property. Accounts. Emily thought she was playing a game. She had no idea the board had already been flipped. Then I reached out to Marcus's wife. We met at a diner on Wilshire Boulevard. She was kind. Soft-spoken. Completely unaware. Until I showed her the photos. She didn't cry. Not at first. She just stared. Then she whispered, "I want him to feel this." I nodded. Me too. We planned it together. The exposure. The timing. Everything. 2 weeks later, Emily told me she had a work dinner. I smiled. Of course you do. That night, everything burned. The Sunset Grand Hotel. Room 417. They thought it was just another secret night. But when the door opened, it wasn't room service. It was me. And Marcus's wife. And 2 lawyers. And a camera recording everything. Emily froze. Marcus went pale. "What the hell is this?" he stammered. "This," I said calmly, "is the end." The screaming started immediately. Emily tried to play the victim. "You're insane. You followed me. You're controlling." I just held up the evidence. Photos. Messages. Receipts. Silence. Marcus's wife stepped forward. "You destroyed our family," she said, her voice shaking but strong. "Now watch yours burn too." Within a week, everything collapsed. Emily lost the house, the accounts, her job, Terminated after the scandal spread through her company. Marcus's wife filed for divorce and took everything she legally could. His workplace found out. He was fired. Public exposure hit harder than anything. Friends vanished. Family turned cold. Emily tried to call me. Over and over. I never answered. The last time I saw her was in court. She looked smaller. Broken. Not the confident woman who once walked out the door at 3 a.m. without a second thought. Just someone hollow. She looked at me like she expected something. Sympathy. Regret. Anything. I gave her nothing. Because by then, there was nothing left to give. I moved out of Los Angeles a month later. New city. New life. No explanations. Sometimes I still think about that night in the kitchen. The fridge light. The labeled meals. The moment everything cracked open. And the truth is, she never realized that the night she started cooking for two was the night she started losing everything. The end.